professor, physician, epidemiologist. I am Dr. Sri Banerjee. The Bureau of Justice Statistics is full of wonderful resources to be looking at. Hi, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, core faculty for the College of Health Sciences and Public Policy. And what I'm going to briefly go over here is all of the data sets that you have at your disposal, at your fingertips, which you don't have to go in and look for too much. It seems like almost daily there's new sources of data which you can utilize and exploit in order to try to uh, come up with and a better understanding, honestly, of what is going on, of the different relationships. So you're you can learn more about the BJS, the Bureau of Justice Statistics. It's a primary statistical agency of the Department of Justice. It is one of the 13 principal federal statistical agencies throughout the executive branch, which is responsible for collection, compilation, processing, or analysis of information for statistical purposes. So this is a very important organization, and the mission is data collection, analysis, publication, dissemination on crime, criminal offenders, victims of crime, and operation of justice systems at all levels of government. So these types of statistics provide you with the impetus to try to create systems which might address recidivism and reentry, but also various approaches to corrections, and as there are really hot topics for calls for alternative ways for corrections. A highly punitive way is not effective. And so the BJS maintains over 30 corrections related data collections. So make use of these. And they are divided up further by topic. So under corrections, you have capital punishment, and under BJS, you have the National Prisoner Statistics Program, where prisoners' statistics are actually collected. And again, these types of things are not very common, so make use of this. Prisoner statistics is usually not available, and although this is, again, just note that what type of data this is: aggregate data. So as I'm going through this, don't just pay attention to kind of the buttons I'm clicking and what I'm showing you. Pay attention to also what I'm noticing out and pulling out of the information that I'm reading. So I'm looking for if there's individual level data or aggregate data. Sometimes you can conduct some extremely powerful analyses using aggregate data as well. But findings are released in the prisoner series and the correction statistical analysis tool that is available directly from the website, and you can kind of build your own figures and take a look at what is going on within the prison system. And so you'll kind of see the prison admissions and how it's kind of increased. There was a decline, and then just kind of leveled off, I would say, but definitely still higher than what it was in the 90s. And federal has increased. So private prison population seems like privatization has increased since the late 90s. And if you've seen some of the more popular TV series sitcoms like Orange is the New Black, and some other critical systems, critical shows that show the inner workings of privatization. Here's prison releases, and as you can see, that has a similar trend to admissions. Um, and then this goes into prison admissions in 2019 by offense. Um, and this is in state prisons. And so, as you can see, violence and drugs were the top two reasons for prison, for being actually, and property, top three for prison offenses. Um, so percent of sentenced prisoners under state jurisdiction by offense, violent was the highest. But look at this. This is I think I find this statistic tragic that that there are any individuals in this population, 18 to 24. Your life's only beginning then. There's so much potential out there that should be a 0% in a successful society, and it's not. So we need to do more. We need to do more for society, and we need to do more for our youth. This is quite an alarming number as well. So, um, percent of sentence prisoners released, which is good. Um, and so this is looking at, and so there's quite a few things that you can evaluate here in terms of the prison system and how it works. And each one of these figures, there's similar sorts of things that you can kind of determine. Um, and then there's the map query that you can kind of visualize this um, at the map level, at the geospatial level, should I say, and see. So before you saw temporal patterns of some of these issues, and now you can see kind of the total admissions, how that varies by state. Ohio is higher. Texas definitely much higher in total admissions. And then, of course, Florida has a pretty high number as well. If you want to do it per 100,000 state residents, that might actually give a more accurate representation because of the fact that it's more comparing apples to apples. So then you see actually Kentucky taking the lead here, and then Arkansas and Louisiana and Texas and South Dakota and Washington. Some of these having total admissions being higher. It's sometimes good to look at the percentage change and see what is going on. It seems like there's not too much information. Maybe have to select another point here. So you can. So did you see how that took place? So you can actually drag 2 points in time and see how much change there's been. So I can see percentage change from 2015 to 2019, and see where there has been change. So as you can see, 49%, minus 16% for New York, so there's a decrease. But Vermont has seen an increase of 49%. PEA has seemed to have seen a decrease. Um, Virginia 2.2% increase. Alabama 25% increase in total admissions. South Dakota 65% increase. Utah 44%. So as you can see, this is another way you can use this Bureau of Justice statistics. Um, there's definitely other types of other than National Prisoner Statistics Program. There's other types: annual survey of jails, annual probation survey, and annual parole survey, National Corrections Reporting Program, census of jails, census of state and federal adult correctional facilities, and justice expenditures and employee extracts. Um, there's also jails in Indian country, which is a separate collection of data, which is actually looking at information regarding tribal jails. And so some of these have similar information. And again, you take the same approach that you saw me look at before, and you look at the methodology and read through it and see that what was the impact of COVID-19 in terms of the jail population. So again, that under corrections, there's quite a few that you can look under. Um, there's HIV in prisons. There's other prison statistics. Survey of inmates in local jails. So HIV among prisoners, this is a really interesting and important topic due to the fact that it's still there, and it's a correlation with public health and intersection between public health and criminal justice. So this looks at, I think, more so cybercrimes and how cases involving juveniles are processed in state court systems. Um, and then if you go down this, I encourage you to go down this as well. And so bias motivated hate crimes, human trafficking, identity theft, violent crime. So all of these can also be tracked as well. So I'm not going to spend any more time. I think this is a good amount of time that I spent in explaining to you not only how the Bureau of Justice Statistics has organized some of their tabs and topics, but how to access them, how to access publications that are ongoing, forthcoming. All of these things report on indicators of school crime and safety, violent victimization of sexual orientation and gender identity, which is a really important topic right now, justice assistance grant. Um, so this is something that is there, and then of course, you have data. But again, it's not just the data, and you can look at data by topic, data tools and dashboards. It's not just the data. Um, it's how it's all organized and how described. That's what makes the difference here. And if you want to go straight to the data and not even worry about anything else that I've just shown you, then this is your go-to place, and then this will take you to all of the data sets that are available pertaining to that. And these are all actually something you can find in ICPSR, the consortium. And so there's quite a few even local city crimes, or national or international crimes. So the Data sets go on. If you're looking to go into, again, tribal crime, this is a different search result, and you can go there. So that sums up the databases that are at your fingertips, um, and some of the intersections that are possible by combining Bureau of Justice statistics with medicine, public health, nursing, and other health fields. Thank you for listening.